Hey guys, we're here with Daniel at Go For Game, who just went undefeated with Springans of all decks. So what are your thoughts on the deck for this format? Why are you playing it?
Yeah, so I like this deck a lot. It's a lot of fun. I think that for this format, it's not exactly the best, but there's like a lot of small things that it has going for it that can make it have better matchups into a lot of the meta decks than I would normally think. But yeah, as for just like why I'm playing it, again, I think it's fun. I think it's good. I like Tally Ho, which is just Soul Charge and Rhoda, and that gives me happy endorphins. So yeah, just a lot of fun.
Alright, well let's just get right into the list then.
Yeah, so to start off, 3 Springans Rocky. So to just explain like one of the Springans' main things, for most of the Springans machine monsters, if they are in the graveyard, they have the effect where they can attach to a Springans XYZ monster. I'm sorry, it's not just graveyard, it's graveyard, field, or hand. So basically all the machines have that effect. And then Rocky in particular has the other effect where if it's normal or special summon, you can target a Springans monster in your graveyard or a Great Sansi Golganda and add it to your hand. This is just like part of your 2-card combo, and also just arguably the best one to draw because it lets you Nibiru proof and draw proof your combos. But yeah, so there's 3 of this card. And then after the 3 Rocky, you have 2 Brothers. Brothers is the one that you want to end up sending from your hand or deck to the graveyard, because this will let you revive a Springans monster from your graveyard in defense position. Also has the other attach effect, nice to have, core part of the combo. 1 Sargus. So this is part of your end board. It has the same attach effect, but if it's attached, the monster gets 500 attack if it's Springans XYZ monster, which is kind of nice. But otherwise, it just has a quick effect pop of a face-up monster. So pretty good. You can tutor out in your end phase with another card. 1 Springans Ranga, kind of a advanced card, or not advanced card, but just another card to have. It's not like the best in hand or anything, but it's really nice for consistency, and it's also one of the best ways to actually get Therian King Regulus into your hand, so you can have a negate in your end board, or else you end up not really having much like negation interaction. Oh yeah, also just generally good. And then for the non-machine ones, we have 3 Springans kits. So this is probably the best starter in the deck that's not like Golganda plus a machine, because this is arguably the best normal summon. The main thing that you want to use it for is you can search a Branded and High Spirits, which will let you reveal a machine, a Springans monster, and then send a Sprin to the graveyard, and then that lets you search another Springans kit, and that basically just means you get extra like level 4 monsters on the board for going into more rank for XZs, and then in the end phase this monster lets you special summon out the Sargus, so that's just a really good way to get like more interaction on the field. But yeah, other than these guys, Therian King Regulus, searchable by Gigantic Champion Sargus, Omni Negate, good card. Spirits package, rank 4. This deck is all about rank 4, so again, arguably the best normal summon in the deck. Really nice to have. And then yeah, those are the main monsters. So other than the monsters, again we have Brandon High Spirits, and then we have all the field spell cards. So triple Booty, triple Great Sensei Golganda, triple Watch, and a Terraforming. So just to go over what these cards do, all of these cards are basically just ways to Great Sensei Golganda. The Booty is basically you just activate it, and then it can send itself to the graveyard to activate Golganda, which is nice for dodging Ash and not starting Droll. Watch lets you add a Golganda to your hand, or alternatively, if Golganda is already on the field, it's a Search and a Foolish of a Springans monster, which is kind of broken and really nice to have. And then finally, the field spell itself. So this spell has a lot of text, but the main thing that you have to care about is it lets you discard a Springans card and special summon a Springans XZ from your deck, and that's just basically your way of cheating out all your Springans monsters. The other effects are like, alright, like 1000 attack for all Springans XZs, and then the third one you basically will never use, but it's just like preventing an attack. Yeah, and then the most broken card in the deck, Tally Ho. This card is really stupid and really good, but basically it's a Soul Charge and a Rhoda in one. You can detach up to 3 XZ materials, add a Springans monster to your deck, and then special summon the same amount of monsters as XZ materials that you detached to the field from your hand or graveyard. It's really ridiculous. It's crazy. It also has a secondary effect that lets you detach an XYZ monster, or detach an XYZ material from an XYZ monster anywhere on the field and add it back to your hand. So it's like really nice if you want to do cheeky things and detach XYZ materials from your enemy's board. Out Rongo Nimiad, which is kind of funny, but yeah, not really relevant anymore. And then yeah, moving on to some other stuff. The final parts that are like, I'd say it's engine, are kind of like these 2 cards. So Gravedigger's Trap Hole is a little bit weird, but it's basically the deck's best way to prevent hand traps, because you can sort of turbo out a Traptrix Rafflesia really early on, and then This way, you can get this guy out before the 4th summon or 5th summon, and you can stop a Droll, you can stop an Ash, you can stop a Nibiru, and that's just really important, or else your board is gone. And then this is part of just the Armored XZ package. It's pretty normal, but just take those two, go into this, steal a monster. It's generally nice. And yeah, that's like the main, like, I guess, core cards of that. Moving on to like just more, I guess, non-engine stuff. Triple Imperm, Called by, Cosmic Cyclone because that's really good this format. Triple Ash and Triple Veiler. Probably gonna replace the Veilers with like Ghost Spells, and once like Transaction Rollback comes out and Lab goes crazy. But yeah, that's basically the main deck. Moving on, I guess, to the side deck cards. This is really messy. Triple Droll. Droll is a good card. I don't know where my other one is actually, but there's supposed to be 3. Harpy's Feather Duster, Triple Denko Sekka. So this deck doesn't actually need a normal summon, so this is just really nice because, I don't know, Labyrinth, Rescue Ace, normal summon this and they can't activate the effects. Double Pankratops, which is just nice to beat over SP and pop something. 3, Jizuhiru, because this deck otherwise kind of struggles against like Purely and Centurion. But the nice thing about this is that you can actually use Brandon and High Spirits, reveal this, and start a combo if you were otherwise like going to brick. So that's just like a really nice piece of removal that also kind of works as a combo piece. And then finally, Triple Nibiru, good card. Nice against Fire Kings. Yeah, and then moving on to the last part, I guess, just the extra deck. So for the core Springans cards, Merrymaker and Sargus. So I play 2 copies of both of these because they're really good. Merrymaker is the card that lets you Foolish a Springans monster from your deck, and that's really important because, for example, if you start with Golgonda and Rocky, you can discard the Rocky, Foolish the Brothers revive Rocky, add Brothers to the hand, normal to Rocky, and then you can make a Rafflesia on like your 4th summon, and that just stops Nibiru, and you can also stop Droll before it even begins. Otherwise, one Explorer, not as core as like these cards, but Explorer is nice because you can just pop a card or pop a spell, something nice. Sorry, talking about Gigantic Champion Stargate, this card is broken. It's basically like a Link 1, except to just like rank up XZs. So you just get any Springans XZs monster on the field, you can summon the Gigantic Champion Sargus on top of it. Gigantic Champion Sargus lets you search a Therian card or a Springans card, so you can search like Regulus, you can search Tally, and then during your opponent's turn, if you detach an XZ's monster, you can pop or bounce a card on the enemy field. So that's just, again, really important and a big part of the end board. And then otherwise, it's a lot of rank 4s, so Rafflesia for protection, Gaguska for if you get shifted or drolled. Dugaris, this is just a part of the XZ's armor engine. I think I actually took this out for now, so disregard this. Dweller, because the current meta. XZ's armor engine, because it's nice. Aezus, because this deck can turbo out a fat Aezus if needed, so that's always nice. And then Typhon and SP, because those are just very good cards again. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you again so much for the deck profile. Any last shoutouts?
Not really. Just thank you for having me, and yeah, this was a great tournament and a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, shout out to Go for Game as well, and yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.